Hi, I'm Kira and welcome to my channel Dreaming of Patchwork, where we talk all things quilting. This is QuiltTube episode number 1, where it all gets started. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while now, but I've really been hung up on this first episode. Like, what should I talk about? What should I start with? Should I just jump right in with all my whips? Do you do a tutorial? Do you do a quilt challenge? What do you do? And I decided I'm overthinking it. I just need to start. So this is going to be probably a little bit of a shorter video. We're going to talk about the first quilt I ever made, which is right behind me. We're going to talk about some upcoming videos that I have. There's going to be a quilt studio tour. There is a quilt store haul from our recent weekend away. There's going to be a whip parade. There's going to be I'm going to talk about my 52 and 52 with my friend Donna. We're trying to complete 52 projects in 52 weeks for 2026. And I'm pretty on par with where I'm supposed to be. So that's pretty good. I can show you everything I've finished so far. I've got a video coming out about my leaders and ender projects. So just all kinds of things are coming up. We just got to get this first video out of the way. Break the ice. So behind me you'll see this is the very first quilt I ever made 20 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. I was living in Spokane, Washington, and there was a little quilt store near my house, Pacific Crescent Quilting. It's no longer in business, but they had a sampler quilt class that I signed up for. I couldn't sew a straight line. I had no idea how to read a pattern. I was truly a beginner. I started with no knowledge at all. And it's kind of like this YouTube channel. You don't have to have a bunch of fancy tools or a lot of experience or perfect technique. You just need to start. That quilt instructor was my favorite to this day, because her motto was done is better than perfect. And I've really adopted that. I'm not going to rip something out, 4 or 5 times. I'm going to do the best that I can, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing, because done is better than perfect, and imperfect stitches still make beautiful quilts. So this quilt behind me, looking at it now, it's no longer my taste. 20 years ago, I loved butterflies, and I loved, yellow and pink and purple, and they just aren't really my colors anymore. And you can definitely tell which blocks were easier for me, like this block right here. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be 3 little teardrops on each corner, and you can see that this is as far as I got with it, and I called it good. So I'll lay it out on the table and give you a better, more close-up look of it, the different blocks and what the blocks are called. Okay, so as promised, here's a close-up of the different blocks in the quilt. And you know what? At first I was like, I should just recreate this quilt now, 20 years later. But looking at these different blocks, and I no longer have the pattern, I don't know what half of these blocks are called to find a pattern to recreate it. Like this one, what is that block called? So I need help, people. If you know what they're called, leave it in the comments. And if you think I should recreate this quilt, because I'm half tempted. And then this is kind of like an Ohio star, but with the strip piecing on the corner blocks, I don't know what that one's called. And I know people are going to come at me in the comments for there being a lot of fur on here, but I did take a lint roller to it. But with 2 cats and a dog, and the kitten is just, you lay a quilt out and he thinks it's for him. And I've already shooed him off of this 3 times. So if you see cat fur, you're just gonna have to excuse it. I think I did lint roll it. Now this one I know is card trick. I think this is my least favorite block in the quilt. I just think it's kind of boring. This one, I don't know what this one is either. I feel like I should know, like that's a common block, but I don't. I know this is like churn dash or monkey wrench. And then here we've got a string block, which is pretty. And we got a log cabin. I didn't realize it's tradition to use a red square in the middle of a log cabin block. Obviously I fussy cut the butterfly in here, but I think that was interesting. I just learned that the center square is supposed to be red. This one, I mean, this block looks kind of like a cathedral window, but not really. So I don't know what this one's called either. Then I'm gonna move this up a little bit. Move the quilt up. And look at this one. This one I for sure don't know what it's called, and I don't even think I did it all. If I remember right, there's supposed to be 3 of these teardrops on each corner, and I think I just gave up and I was like, done, it's good enough, because I feel like I really struggled with those as my first quilt, but I don't know what this block is called either. So this quilting was done by my Aunt Vicky. She's since passed away, but she had just gotten a long arm quilting machine. And so she wanted some quilts to practice quilting on. And so I haven't really been showing you, but each block's got different quilt design on it. And she used like a different thread color for each block. So that adds some interest. Okay, so, and here's a bow tie block. I got that, everybody knows that one. And then here's Jacob's Ladder. And this one, I kind of wonder why I did this, because you know how the main fabric is butterflies, right? Well, then why did I come over here and these are like bees? And I wouldn't put those together now, but you know, it's 20 years ago. Choices I made then. And then here's an Ohio Star. I got that. So I do kind of fancy remaking this. So there you have it, my very first quilt. Come back every Wednesday and Sunday for a new video. This channel is going to be about learning, creating, and enjoying the process, whether your corners match or not. And the next up video is a quilt studio tour. So thanks for joining me today. See you soon.